welcome in. I'm Zachary Grady, and this is the Empire State of Mind. I repeat, it doesn't matter for quarterback Tommy Grady and wideout Malachi Jones. It's just business as usual. What's up, what's going on, and welcome in to the only 4 minutes guaranteed to be over quicker than your high school prom night. This is the FS5. Listen, we finished last season a game over 500 for the season, and I know that's a positive in the record books, but, you know, unfortunately also a positive in my bookie's checkbook. This season kicks off in Tampa Bay as the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Dallas Cowboys. Bucs are favored by 7.5 and are only minus 110 on the money line. Look, Super Bowl champions are 7-3 on opening night over the last 10 years, but I think the hook is just too much to be laying against a returning Dak Prescott and them boys. You're only laying the vig on the money line anyways, so I'm going with the Bucs here. Brady gets the win in week 1, but doesn't cover the spread. Take Tampa Bay minus the 110 for the straight-up win. Brady's former team was taking on their division rivals in week 1. The Dolphins have been a thorn in the Pats' side over the last few seasons. Miami, they won 10 games last year and just missed the playoffs by 1 spot. Miami was 11-5 last season against the spread, while the Pats were just a game under ATS at 7-9. Coach Bill Belichick has hinted at Cam Newton as his starter for week 1, but after his trip to Rhode Island this week, Mac Jones might be your week 1 QB in New England. Tua, his last name is way too hard for me to try and pronounce. Tagovailoa is hoping to take the next step in year 2 with the additions of Will Fuller and Jalen Waddle. Dolphins getting 3 on the road and are going to get the W in New England and head back home to Florida with a happy ending. Well, guys. Wrong graphic. We're on to Cincinnati. Actually, we're on to Kansas City, to be honestly. Who the hell wants to go to Cincinnati? Defending AFC champion Chiefs take on their other team from Ohio. The Browns and Chiefs were both under 500 against the spread last season, but both covered the over in all 10 games. KC averaged 28 points last year, while the Brownies weren't far behind, averaging 26 points themselves. The over is 53 here for the rematch of last year's divisional playoff showdown. With Patty and Baker slinging it around, plus the return of OBJ, I'm hammering the over and praying for points in Arrowhead.
You come into this house and bring up the Jets? Do you know how much disappointment I have had to live with from the Jets?
You've lived with disappointment? Are you serious?
Yeah.
You know what
Larry?
this team has done to me? I haven't enjoyed a football season since 1969. Maybe 98 when Parcells was the coach for a year.
Get out of here.
That was good too, but that's it.
Listen, Larry, it's really not going to get any better this year for you either. I mean, the revenge factor will be the sole focus here when the Week 1 matchup between the Carolina Panthers and New York Jets kick off. Sam Darnold will get the chance to face off with the team that took him with the 3rd overall pick in 2018, only to discard him after 3 seasons for pretty boy Zach Wilson. Darnold isn't the Panther looking for revenge either. Former gangrene wideout Robbie Anderson is looking to rebuild the chemistry he had with Darnold in New York. The two connected for 102 receptions for 1,400 plus yards and 11 touchdowns in their time in Manhattan. Panthers are laying 5 at home and are likely to be laying the wood to Robert Saleh and Zach Wilson in their NFL debuts. We finished the week on Monday night, and, you know, if you're anything like me, likely you're looking to try and get back into the black for the week. Speaking of back into the black, we head to the new black hole and the Death Star, or whatever you want to call it, that is Allegiant Stadium. Baltimore is a 4.5-point favorite on the road against the Raiders, and there are good reasons for it. The Ravens are 7-1 against the spread in their last 8 games and are 11-4 against the spread against the Raiders in their last 15 matchups. Ravens are also 6-2 straight up against the Raiders in the last 8 times they've played them in Oakland. I mean Los Angeles. I mean Oakland. I'm sorry, I mean Vegas, wherever the hell they're playing now. Baltimore is 5-1 straight up in their last 6 games, while Vegas is 1-5 straight up in their last 6. So you guys all know where I'm going with this one then now, right? Don't you?
The
That's 5, and that's all the time we have. So for the last time, from the Dan Patrick Studio at Full Sail University, I'm Zach Grady. And until I see you again, keep living life with an Empire state of mind.